Hello, and welcome to this edition of School Notes. I'm Xavier Williams. Well, another great school year has come to a close. Students and teachers are all for the summer, and there's plenty to do before the new school year begins. But before we look ahead, let's take a look back at some of the things that happened in Hampton City Schools this spring. Governor Ralph Northam visited Kecoughtan High School to sign into law Senate Bill 775, a bill which improves access to public schools for children of a person on active military duty. It specifically allows children in temporary housing to attend the school in the area of their permanent residence, tuition-free. It also allows the children to finish out a school year in their present school if their parent is transferred. In addition to signing the bill, Northam had the opportunity to hold a brief question and answer period with students who were in attendance at the event. Graduations were recently held and more than 1,300 students received their high school diplomas. Here are some parting words from our valedictorians.
So as I tried to move forward and not dwell on the rejection, I remembered a simple phrase that means a lot to me: good enough. You see, if you just keep reminding yourself that you are good enough, then you won't get so bogged down by failure. Allow yourself to dream big and try whatever you want in life, because you are good enough to achieve your dreams, to make a difference, to change the world. Sometimes there will be failure along the way, and it will feel like all hope is lost and everything is pointless. But I promise you that if you truly care about what you want in life, that you will get to your end goal, even if the journey isn't what you expected.
Success isn't measured or defined in the same way by everyone, and it isn't the true goal that we're aiming for. However, what we can all agree on wanting for ourselves and our loved ones is happiness. And the greatest thing about the study that I just shared with you is that it shows that you don't need any of the typical check boxes you would think of when you hear the word successful to lead our happiest lives. All we have to do is enjoy the little things often. Taking time to revel in the simple pleasures in life, having a good meal, doing your favorite hobby, spending time with loved ones and friends, or even taking the time to help someone will keep you living life far above your genetically determined happiness level.
As we wake up tomorrow morning, or for some of us the late afternoon, each of us will begin to walk a new and different path in life. Whether it is preparing to attend college, join the military, or enter the workforce, we will all open new doors to greater opportunities to accomplish even greater feats. Of course, it will not be easy, and there will be many tough times ahead of us that hinder our success. But if high school has taught me anything, it is that the class of 2018 is filled with strong individuals who will not back out of a challenge. Our dedication and perseverance through these last 4 years proves that we are ready to face the world head-on as problem solvers, innovators, and risk takers.
Phoebus High School has been challenging and stressful, but it's always also been where we have grown into adults. It's the place where we've made friends and shared many experiences. We have shared good times and fought through hard times together, and we have succeeded in completing this phase of our lives. This is truly an accomplishment of which we should be proud. I would like to thank all of my family, friends, and teachers who have helped and supported us through our high school career. I especially want to thank my own family. Thanks to you, I feel more confident in my ability to succeed in the next phase of my life. In the words of Aristotle, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet.
All of us here on the School Notes team wish each of our graduates success in their future endeavors. The Kecoughtan High Drumline helped Phillips Elementary School celebrate their SOL pep rally. The rally was held to get students motivated to do their best on their SOL test.
Today we had a celebration to get all of our students really pumped and excited and motivated to do their best on the SOLs. Tomorrow our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students have their reading SOL, which kicks off our SOL testing. Our younger students, kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade, served as cheerleaders to cheer our older students on. Our older students love being able to walk through the hallways and have the younger students clap for them and cheer for them. They really, really love it. They feel kind of famous, and it gets them super excited, motivated to do their best on the test. Then we celebrated by going outside, and the kids had the opportunity to kind of dance. We had the marching band come, the cheerleaders come, and the students just became very, very excited and motivated to do their best on the test.
Some Cary Elementary students were the recipients of free books. Little Shop Around the Corner received funds from a grant and book donations to make it possible for students to keep their books from their visit to the shop. They also got to enjoy some reading time and snacks while they picked out their books.
The inspiration was actually right before winter break. I had a child who wanted to read over the winter break, and they were saying, I don't know if I can get to the library, so we loaded them up with books over the break. But I thought, well, how can we sustain this? And so what I came up with was they collect their own books throughout the year, that they have their own library. So they're cultivating their own choices, what their interests are, so that they have their own library at home, so that they don't have this book desert that many of our children have. Because while we have libraries in the city of Hampton, some of them are not accessible to our children. They can't walk there from this area. So I wanted to bring the books to their home.
I picked On the Plane, and you put a flashlight under one page, and it shines what's on it.
A space book, because I love space and I want to learn about space.
I started Little Shop Around the Corner because it is literally through a door and then in the back. And my dream has always been to open up a bookstore. So this is kind of my way of living my dream. I don't make any money doing it, but I get to have the joy of doing it. And I wanted the kids to have a social experience. It is them working with each other. It is them talking to each other, sharing, how are we going to work together to build this? I want this piece. So they're having that give and take.
Our next story has a lot of buzz, and we mean that literally. We visited the Bee Club at Langley Elementary School, where students have a beehive on site and get to learn about the benefits of having bees in the environment.
We geared up in our gear, we lit a smoker, and we went into the hive to check out. We were looking for if the queen was laying eggs.
I found the queen! Yay! She's right there. Oh my goodness.
I've been looking in hives for queens, looking for larva, cat brood, and honey, nectar, and anything that will sign the hive is doing good. I learned like different kinds of colored honey comes from different types of flowers. Bees are very gentle unless they think they're in harm.
Does everybody feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We're so excited. Look at our amazing bees.
I got started in beekeeping probably about 5 years ago. I was interested, and so I took a class and learned how to be a beekeeper. So I got a hive of my own. I teach second grade, and every year I would teach my second graders about the bees. I also wrote a grant a couple of years ago and got a grant for an observation hive from the Hampton Education Foundation. So I get to bring bees to school. Well, then I got an email about a honeybee grant, and through the Whole Kids Foundation. So I thought, I'll apply. So I got the grant. And they sent me a beehive and $300 to pay for anything you need for your bees.
So at first I didn't know a lot about bees, and I really wanted to learn about bees, so I started the Bee Club, and it was really fun. And we tasted honey last week, and it was really good, and it's fun to learn about bees. And we have a Bee Club notebook, and we take down bee notes.
We covered the bees, but what about butterflies? We spent some time at Forrest Elementary School with the Ecology Club, where they raise butterflies in class and also maintain a butterfly garden at school.
Like this, just to get their feet on you, okay? There's that one.
My favorite part is all of it.
My favorite part of the Ecology Club is that you get to get dirty, digging in the dirt and putting like weeds and stuff in the compost.
My favorite part is actually gardening. I like to get dirty sometimes.
See him, he's right down in there. I said, and he jumped again.
Our butterfly garden is in need of some repair. The outside border that's supposed to be rock and stone is kind kind of overgrown with weeds and we need to put a new border on it. One of our benches, because we stored rocks underneath of it, rotted. And so what we did was we went out and asked for a $2 donation for plants that they raised from seeds, milkweed, zinnias, and marigolds. And with that money, they actually raised $210 at the Viva Spring Fling. And so with that money, we're going to replace and refurbish the butterfly garden.
I saw some eggs and some little tiny caterpillars munching on some leaves. And I saw some butterflies that we got to hold. We were holding butterflies. And we were talking about the eggs and the butterflies. Helping the earth and helping other people.
The kids love it. That's the biggest thing, that I do this for the kids. And I think every school should have an ecology club. And to be able to work on the school, the beautification of the school. We can all work together. And I think it's, it ties in a lot of the SOLs that we have. But the biggest thing is kids might not be able to dig in a garden. They might not be able to play with the worms. And we at least give them a chance to plant seeds, to play with bugs, to play with the butterflies, learn the life cycles, and all of this is hands-on.
I love the Ecology Club.
Before we go, we wanted to let you know about our new show, HCS Connects, hosted by Kelly Gorel, Executive Director of Public Relations and Marketing. HCS Connects is a television program that will bring you closer to the things happening in Hampton City Schools. This show will connect you to current news, timely topics, and important information, as well as community resources and opportunities for our students. You can also stay connected by liking, following, and subscribing to us on our social media outlets. Thank you for joining us on this edition of School Notes. Have a great summer, and we will see you soon. Remember, it's every child, every day, whatever it takes.